Alrighty, so recently we streamed over on YouTube, and the conversation of the stream was talking about a pity system within the game and summoning value and stuff like that. So I figured today I would kind of throw my hat in the ring for the Dokkan pity system. Now, before you think this is a stream video where I'm just uploading my stream, no, we're going to be having a regular discussion about things. But I want to at least talk about the pity system in Dokkan, or lack thereof, and what I think, the way we would kind of implement it, what could be done, stuff, all that fun stuff, right? Because it's like, there's a lot of things that I think Dokkan still needs to do in order to kind of set itself up moving forward, right? Now, here's like the sides of the coin, right? You could argue that Dokkan has been doing a phenomenal job. You know, the game is doing as well as it's ever done, and you know, it's like, they're doing that without a pity system, but I feel like players should be more rewarded if they are willing to spend money on the game. Now, keep in mind, I'll say this until I'm blue in the face, right? This video is not to recommend you that you spend money on the game. None of that. I'd recommend that you do not spend money on these gacha games, but I at least want to cover that. But the choice ultimately is yours. If you are somebody that wants to spend money on this game, I feel that you should be rewarded, right? Now, I'm not saying if you drop $1.99, you should be guaranteed a copy of the new character. But if you're willing to go out of your way and clear out the sales and spend hundreds of dollars on, you know, a mobile game, I feel like you should be at least be granted access to what you are paying for, right? I feel like that's not a very hot take. You know, there's so many gachas that have this implemented within their game at this point, where, you know, you don't really have to think about these things. If you think of a game like a Hoyoverse game where, you know, the 5-star system is sort of a 50-50, where if you lose the first 50-50, the next time you get up to that point, you are going to be guaranteed the character that you want, or the character that is new, right? So like, I don't really need to go in an example of that, right? So it's like, let's just say we have so-and-so on the banner, and then you go all the way to the point where you pull a 5-star, then it is a 50-50 chance, right? So it's not that there's only two characters. It's either you get the new character or you don't get the new character, right? That's the 50-50. And then why that's a 50-50 is because if you lose that, the next time you get another 5-star, the other side of that 50 is going to be the new character. So I think that is not what Dokkan needs to do, but I think that's at least worth explaining, that this is kind of the modern system that some games have for pity. Some banners just have outright, you do a certain amount of summons, you're going to get the character. So if you're willing to, you know, go above and beyond and buy thousands of currency for a game, you should be granted the character. So I know that was a lot of rambling, but I want to at least kind of get into the system. Now, Dokkan has tried that. That's what you're looking at on the screen right now. But the issue with this said system is the fact that you can see here it is on the legendary summon format. So we'll read it word for word. Perform summons to get legendary summon coins limited and exchange a certain number of coins for the new character. Now, we do know this number now, and that is 1,000. So, what is it? 200 coins, I believe it was. So you need to do 1,000 stones to get a copy of a character, which is not bad, especially for a limited summon. There is some incentive if you want a legendary summon unit that if you do 1,000 stones, you are going to be granted the new character. And then we have 7 rounds of guaranteed featured characters for every 3 multi-summons. So in turn, you're taking these legendary summons and you're increasing the value on them. Now, I don't recommend that you summon on these banners, but at least there is something, right? We're getting somewhere with the pity system, because the way that Dokkan does things, I'm sure most of you know at this point, is more of a patient, rewarding type of system of characters. Now, unfortunately, the Dokkan wiki is not updated at all, but the philosophy will still be the same, where you need to spend 500 coins for a Dokkan Fest LR or 400 coins for a Dokkan Fest TUR. So 4,000 stones for somebody like Gamma 1, or 2,500, or did I say 4,000? I meant 2,000 stones for someone like Gamma 1, and then 2,500 stones on certain banners for somebody like Trunks and Vegeta. So that is something that we do have to keep in mind. And then we have some of these older characters down here that you can exchange for 400 coins, right? So like, why in any right would you summon but buy Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with 2,000 stones worth of coins? The answer is you wouldn't. So keep that in mind. This is more of a system that rewards continuity, a system that rewards you being patient, and with these coins, there's no way to buy the new characters. So this game is absolutely like making sure that there is no way possible that you can guarantee the new character, which I think in today's day and age, and the way that gachas kind of operate, I think that this isn't really the best way to do things. Now, you can say that the game is doing well and stuff like that, but honestly, I think if there was pity, the game would do even better, because that would incentivize people to maybe spend a little bit more in order to chase that pity, to do all these other things, and I think that would make a lot of sense for the game. Now, I have this pulled up just to kind of give you an idea of what our current pity system is, and then obviously we talked about this with the legendary summon coins. Now, let's pull up some examples of units that we were able to get with pity. The first example being LR Captain Ginyu, with the special 200 coins right here. You can see where my cursor is. You're able to get a copy of this Ginyu, who is very good, but all in all is not worth coining. So we have to keep that in mind, but you can see right here, this is the type of banner that they are giving pity for. Banners that you should not be summoning on in the first place, and everybody and their mother would tell you to not summon on this banner unless you're just a massive Ginyu fan, and this would feel more rewarding to you than like an anniversary banner, right? So that is the only incentive to be summoning on a banner like this, and obviously they are trying to get you with this pity system, but it is still not enough. Let's look at another example with a character that had pity. We have LR Brienne. Now, LR Brienne is an example of a character that also had pity, but again, you can't pity one of these characters right here, right? It's only the new one, so you can't get LR Bulma with pity. It can only be this LR Brienne, Kakunsa, and Rosie, who is obviously not going to be drawing many people in for summoning. They try and incentivize you with the pity system, but it's still not enough. So this one wasn't on JP, but it was on Global. We had the Tree of Might Goku, who's obviously, again, another unit that is not worth getting with the pity system. So we already have it right here, an example of 3 really kind of whatever sort of LRs, this Ginyu being the best, but just characters that you really don't need to be chasing, especially 1,000 hard-earned stones just to get a copy of a unit that's just all right anyway. And that kind of leads me to my point where we have these other banners where should we be doing pity? We should be doing pity on banners that have value. Banners with Dokkan Fest, characters that people want, Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. I feel like people would be incentivized to spend 1,000 stones to get a copy of this character. It's a very cool character. It's a very iconic moment. This gets people super amped up, and I think that is how it should go, right? I think we'll be talking in a little bit about how I think they should do the pity system, and then we have somebody like Fat Boo, who obviously people would be excited for, and maybe with someone like Beast Gohan or the Gammas or something like that, right? I think if a player is willing to spend the amount of stones that it would cost to coin them, I believe that they should be rewarded with 1 copy of the character. 2,500 stones when it comes to sales is certainly not cheap. And if someone is willing to put out that type of money to, acquire the character or save for the amount of time that it takes to get to 2,500 stones and not summon in that time period, I believe they should be rewarded with what they are waiting for. Because if you are saving 2,500 stones free to play, that is going to be basically a full year of not even summoning, and you could potentially be behind the curve on a lot of different events. And honestly, I think that is probably the safest way to go. I think I don't think you should be able to buy the character with coins, but I think there should be limited coins on every single banner moving forward, where, you can exchange them for the regular coins if you don't get to the currency, kind of like what they do with the legendary summon. But I think there should be limited time coins on every banner where you can get a copy of the unit for a set number. Now, I don't think it needs to be 2,000 like it is with the legendary summon, or 1,000 stones like with the legendary summon. I understand that, but if you want to find a happy medium where Dokkan is still going to be having players summoning on the banners a ton, I think that's where we should be at, right? Maybe the pity number should be 1,500. Maybe the pity number should be 2,000. Maybe it should be 2,500. I'm not sure what the number should be, but that is how I would implement the pity system within Dokkan to give, players value for these banners, and also kind of make sure that, like, if you're going to be a consumer and you are going to be someone that's paying, you're not going to be, if you're going to pay money to buy stones, you should not be shafted in the way that Dokkan can potentially do that to you. Because I do have friends sometimes that, buy a decent amount of stones and still walk away feeling like they just got absolutely destroyed by the banner. And if you're willing to shell out for a money game or a mobile game, I feel like you should be able to at least somewhat be rewarded for that. So let me know down below what you guys think. How would this work? How would you guys do a pity system? Personally, like I said, I would do the sort of maybe the amount of coins it would take to buy a character normally. If you do that amount of limited coins on a banner, maybe that's what you do. Maybe it's 300 coins. Maybe it's something like that. I'm not sure, but that is kind of how I would go about it. I believe that a pity system in 2024 is something that all gachas should be having, and Dokkan is way too successful and has, way too many players for us to not be able to kind of come together and all agree on this, right? I believe that this game would benefit greatly. People would be able to kind of have way more reason to save or be more incentivized to potentially spend and support the game if there was a guaranteed way to acquire the character that wasn't unfair, right? I don't think it should be like 500 stones to get a copy of the character. I still think it should be very hard to acquire pity, and you have to be very disciplined or spend a lot of money, which I don't recommend you do, but that's basically it, right? That is the pity system. I know this video is kind of all over the place, but that's how I feel about it. I feel it should be added, but let's go ahead and do a quick member shout out, and then we can go ahead and get out of here. Alrighty, so big shout outs to Rylick, our newest member, gifted by Raudo again. So big shout out to Raudo for that. We have Rylick, we have James W, we have Macker, Static, White T Steve, Anto, Wet Towelettes, Blitz, Wanix, Joao, Shafted the Boss 96, Ashish, Scar, James, and Raudo. So thank you to all our members. Your support is appreciated greatly, and all the support on the channel lately has been incredible. So thank you guys all for that. If you did enjoy today's video, do not forget to leave a like, and if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe as well. It helps the channel out greatly. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out on videos like this. We upload every single day. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.